Is Scoot Henderson ready for the NBA? He is in this year's NBA draft, and he is one of the top prospects in this year's NBA draft. So let's get down. Let's check out this beast of a player so that you can play just like him. Really quickly, if you want to be able to jump higher in basketball, make sure to go check out my vertical jump training book down in the description below. Okay, so one thing about Scoot Henderson is he actually takes a lot of risks when it comes to the defensive side of the ball. And here he's able to reach in, he's able to get that steal, and then he's able to go all the way to the other end of the court with his speed, and he's able to slam it down. He's got elite speed with the ball. How was he able to get this steal? Well, this player was attacking, but he wasn't exactly attacking very quickly. Scoot Henderson was able to get his hand in there while making a little bit of body contact so that, of course, he can say that basically this is his ground. And then look how many dribbles it takes him to get from one end of the court to the other. That's his first dribble, second dribble, third dribble, and then gather step and two big steps, and he throws it down. And before you say, oh, there's no such thing as a gather step in basketball, there always has been. At this point, he's off the ground, he gathers the ball. Now, the first step down is a zero step, which means that he hasn't taken a step yet. 1, 2, and then he goes up for that dunk. This is a gather step. Again, he takes some risks, but he understands the fact that whenever somebody brings that ball down towards their waist, he's got to get his hand in there and strip it. That's not going to happen very often in the NBA, but what does he do next? He leaks out. He's able to get down court as fast as possible. He stays wide. He's going up the sideline because there was already somebody going up the middle of the court who received the pass. He stays wide, and then that allows him to be able to get that dunk. If you want to be able to run the floor better, this is exactly how you do it. This is also another reason why I absolutely hate two-hand fast break dunks, because people will hold on to the rim way too long, and this is what happens. That has to hurt. But he was fine. He got up. I was actually talking to a couple of players yesterday, saying because they're at the point where they're getting close to being able to dunk, and I was talking to them and I said, just do me one favor, and that is never do a two-handed fast break dunk, because this can happen, and this can also be a lot worse. Anytime also on the defensive side where a player does a dribble handoff and you are the one guarding the player who's getting that handoff, you need to get your hand in there just to disrupt that pass. This is an absolute terrible dribble handoff. You should never do a bounce pass on a dribble handoff. This should literally be handed off. And this is why players like Scoot Henderson are able to get these tips, because you never want to have a bounce on a DHO. That's just absolutely terrible basketball. And that's why Scoot Henderson was able to get that ball, and he was able to go down to the other end and dunk it. Now on this play, when he gets that ball in the corner, watch, he receives that ball split feet. He automatically knows what he's going to do. He was scanning the court before he even got it. He knew what was going to happen. He's got peripheral vision. He understands that he's got a lane right here that he needs to be able to take. He has passing options with this man cutting down the middle. He's got so many different options. By just starting split foot and already in attack mode to attack that baseline, he then gets his shoulder lower than his defender's shoulder. He's now already beat his man off the dribble. On that second dribble, he goes right, left, up. Now, this is the important part. Because he has an option here and he has an option here, he doesn't have to score. However, he goes up for that shot fake, and then he looks to go to the opposite side. He still has passing options. This is why attacking baseline off of a screen and roll up top is so deadly, because now you have options. So that freezes some defenders where they just will not even block your shot. Now on this fast break, watch, he takes contact first. He removes this man from the situation. As the offensive player, you have to make contact with the defender first, especially if they're moving. Here, then he floats up the ball. He's able to make the shot with 1 second left. However, this would have never happened if it wasn't for making that contact first on a moving defender so that he can go up for that floater. And good job on the referee for not calling a foul with 0.9 seconds left after he makes that shot. I hate it when referees try to make players decide the game at the free throw line. This made it go into overtime so that he could then decide the game in actual real time. Because technically, to some referees, at least up here in Canada, that would have been a defensive foul, and then it would have been 106, 106, and it would have been free throws with actually technically less. It would have been 0.4 seconds left on the clock, and at that point, if he makes that free throw, you've basically won that game. And I hate it when referees do that. I'm glad that more and more referees are not doing any foul calls in the last second, unless it's a drastic bad foul. There's still lots of referees up here that will call that foul. This was an absolutely fantastic move. They initially switched, and then they switched back. He does a crazy crossover and attacks the basket. Victor Wembanyama in this clip is out of position to play defense. This man is not going to be able to do too much to Scoot Henderson, and Scoot Henderson is then able to finish with this layup. Now, why is this layup so important? Well, first off, he's going over a 7'5" player. That's number one. But what's he doing? He's using the basket as a defender. He's using his body as a defender, and Victor Wembanyama has this small little window to try to block that shot. If he doesn't make contact with that ball, which it's very hard to do no matter how long your wingspan is, if he makes contact with this body or with this basket, it's an automatic basket, because now this is either going to be a foul or this is going to be an automatic point. So because of that, Scoot Henderson was able to make that shot. This is why you should always learn how to use your right hand on the left side of the basket, because when you're in situations like this, you need to be able to use the right hand, because that's going to allow you to use your body to shelter the ball from getting blocked, and it allows you to use the net to block the defender as well. And these high gathers as well are going to really help him in the full court as well in the NBA. He's going to be able to probably do a lot of that in the NBA. So is Scoot Henderson ready for the NBA? 100%. He's going to be an impact player in the NBA. Now, he's going to be probably going second in the first round, second pick in the first round. So congratulations to Scoot Henderson. And make sure to go check out my vertical jump training book down in the description below. And I'll see you guys next time. I hope that this video has helped you become a better basketball player.